I'm Joy.
And I'm Ty.
And this is Teaching the Spouse. So, we are going to be making French bread from my sister-in-law Marissa's recipe.
Easy French bread. Tasty French bread.
Hopefully, it'll be easy. We'll see. So, I've got salt, active yeast, not instant yeast, but active.
There's a
sugar,
difference.
flour, and oil.
Does it matter if we use olive oil or vegetable oil?
So my mom says you could probably use olive oil, but you probably use a little bit less. Or you could probably just use the same. So we started?
Yep.
Alright, so with baking bread and with active yeast, you want to use warm water, but not where it's so hot that it like stings your skin.
So can I leave my hand in it, like warm water?
Not like that, but once you feel like it's kind of stinging, then it's too warm.
Okay.
So,
do we need aprons?
If you want aprons, you can get aprons. Go get aprons.
I feel like we need aprons.
Okay.
Because we're going to get crazy in the kitchen today.
Emily, the afraid it's going to go everywhere.
All right. Warm water.
Warm water. All right.
How much?
So we got 2 1/4 warm cups warm water.
Wait. How come I got the small bowl?
I don't know, because you're special. So, small bowl. I'll take a small bowl because I like to knead it in the bowl. I like the spoon. Sorry. So this is my spoon. That one's his. But I usually use a wooden spoon. A plastic spoon could work. Metal spoon could work.
Okay.
Spoon ready to bone could work too. All right. So 2 1/4. Do you want to use special?
2 1/4?
I like these. 2 1/4.
2 1/4 water. Warm water.
All right. So get it a little bit warm. But now it's stinging.
Party foul. I'm out.
Right now it's stinging my hand.
So I'm just taking 2 1/4 cups of water and dumping it in here.
Yep, 2 1/4.
No matter how exact I am.
Yeah, it's science.
Okay, there's 1 for me. 2 and
Although I
1/4.
said, I never read
2
those
1/4.
things. 2 1/4 cups and warm water, and then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of sugar. This one sugar.
Spoons.
Ugh.
Why are we doing sugar?
This is the same one. Sugar will help the yeast grow, and it tastes good.
Okay, how much?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
1, 2.
2. So isn't this like yeast food at this point?
Yes. It'll be good for the yeast. Alright, and then put the lid back on. Keep it clean.
So are we done with sugar?
Done with sugar.
Alright.
All done. Then we do 1 tablespoon of yeast.
A tablespoon of yeast?
1 tablespoon. So use a different measuring spoon. I keep my yeast in the freezer. Some people keep it in the fridge. I've been told it lasts longer when it's kept in the freezer or the fridge.
I don't keep yeast.
Technically you do because I keep it.
My wife keeps my yeast.
That sounds wrong. Yeah. So, you mix it.
How well?
Oh, we should show it. It needs to be close. So you kind of mix it in there. You want to have it move it up?
Still clumpy.
Yeah, you need to show what it looks like. So it's been 5 minutes, and as you can tell, the yeast has had a chance to have a head start on growing, and you can see it's frothy. You see how it's kind of grown? Yours looks like it's grown more than mine. But so, and this indicates that the yeast didn't die from like a high temperature. It's active yeast that's alive. So this is good.
So this is growing?
Yeah, this is what you want. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the sugar is what it's
what would it
feeding
look
on.
like if it wasn't?
It wouldn't have
Good.
changed a difference in 5 minutes.
So it would look like the same as when we started?
Yeah, and so then you would know that your yeast isn't good and you'd have to start over.
And we didn't mix it at all, right?
Cooler water.
I mean, mixed it at first, but we didn't have to like mix it during the process?
No, so we left it alone completely for 5 minutes.
Awesome.
You were there for that 5 minutes.
True story.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so next we add the other ingredients. You ready?
Yep.
All right, so we got 1 scant tablespoon of salt. So scant would be like not exactly at the top, but it's a tablespoon.
A scant?
Yep, scant.
Is that a thing?
That's what Marissa wrote. So
Oh, Marissa.
something in my salt.
Noted.
What is like cardboard? Okay. So I'd call that about a scant. See that? It's not completely like touching the brim. Yeah, it looks good. And oh, there you go. And my mom always taught me that salt. I don't know what kind of word, but the word she would use, it retards the yeast, so it slows the process of it growing.
Does that look like a scant?
Yeah. Does that make it better? Putting
Yep.
it in like that?
Made
Okay.
cool noise.
It did actually.
All right, salt, you good.
Salt. Okay. Next up, a 1/4 cup of oil.
Whoa. Gotta play with it once in a while.
1/4 cup oil. Helps if you sing.
All right. Good times. Ooh, nailed it.
Beautiful. Oh,
All right.
you dripped. Did you drip?
It happens.
Sure. Okay. So, next up, 5.5 to 6 cups of bread flour. I always use normal flour because I don't make bread enough to keep it on hand.
So does it matter? Do you use bread flour or normal flour?
Look at the difference. I think it rises a little different. It still's beautiful, and if you make it with bread flour, take a picture and show me what it looks like.
Ha.
Where are you going? Wait,
Let's go here.
there we go. Yeah. Why are you gonna be all exact? Oh, exact. Here, for you.
Yay, so how much of this do we need?
So 5.5 to 6. So I usually stop
5.5 to 6,
at
huh?
like 3 cups and kind of stir.
Mm.
Wow, you were really exact with that.
Home ec, man.
2.
Bam. Thank you, Bakersfield High School. South High School. Mm.
Do you remember
Yeah.
what high school you went to?
Wait, that was, what, 3?
Yeah, those 3. Stop, because you want to mix it in.
Oh. Here you go.
I don't want to use a knife. I just want to shake it.
My knife. Okay, so now I just mix it.
1, yep. Don't make me lose count, because I lose count. 2,
4.
3. So when I lose count, I have trouble with it. So sometimes I'll put the 3 on the microwave, just so, and not hit start, but just put the 3 on the microwave so I know what number I'm on.
Me, as long as my shoes are on, I can at least count to 10.
I mean 20. Oh wait, they're on. Got it. Got it. Oh, do you want to use a knife?
Yep.
See, look, that's
Okay. So now I need.
the knife.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Just use a knife.
Dear,
It's so pretty.
5. Just stop at 5.
5?
5
Just
for
5.
now. 5 for now.
I have to show off my guns now while I'm mixing dough.
It's a little harder to mix as you put more flour in. Yep.
It's alright, I work out.
A little doughy. And it says 5.5 to 6, so I would at least do the half. I'm not measuring. Sorry. See, that's why your knife thing doesn't matter. So 5.5, we're just gonna put in.
You ruined Christmas.
I know. See, I didn't even do half. So about a half. And then if it's still really sticky, you're gonna use your hands. Your hands are clean, right? We wash these?
We wash our hands.
Okay. And I'm gonna have this ready in case we need to do more flour in there. If it's really wet, you wanna put a little more flour. My mom would always take it out and flour the surface and knead it onto the surface. I don't wanna clean more than I have to because I'm kinda lazy.
Huh.
No comment. Anyway, so I knead it into this. You can stop stirring now. So at this point, you're going to knead it into the bowl. In the bowl, not into the bowl. In the bowl. You're
Alright.
going to knead it in the bowl. And I turn it 90 degrees each time. Okay, so you're going to, what are you doing?
You said kneaded.
Watch me. Okay, pick up, push. So going away from your body here. Turn and push. Not just straight down, kind of an outward motion. Picking up the flour, outward motion. Okay, is yours really sticky? So you can tell how sticky is it. Look, hold out your hand. His looks pretty darn sticky. So to help with that, you're going to add more flour.
How much flour?
A little bit, like that.
Okay,
So you
so
kind of
just a little
sprinkle
bit.
that on there.
So we want it dry or we want it sticky? What?
You don't want it completely dried out, and you don't want it too sticky.
But now
So
it's all
it's a
stuck
nice
in my hand.
balance. Yeah, because we're special. So get it off your hand first.
With what?
Your finger, you go like this, and you.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yours is really sticky. Cheating. Yeah, okay, you're done. Yours is looks smooth.
But I think we're supposed to knead it more.
No, you're good. See how smooth it looks? I'm gonna give it. Oh my goodness.
Looks like a baby's butt right now.
Ooh, that's a good comparison. I always do like a woman's pregnant belly. Yep, you like to touch it now. So when you touch it, kind of bounces back. Not that much. You're not gonna poke a pregnant woman like that. I put these on a dinner plate. Ta-da! You're amazing in so many ways. Just want you to know that. And then hide that little. You can do that right there. At least not one, not stuff that under there. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna clean out the bowl.
Okay.
Because they're gonna rise in this, and they want a nice clean surface to rise. And then I'm gonna put butter in there. So you could use like
So
pan and spray.
we clean the bowl, then we put a little bit of butter in it or some non-stick spray,
Yeah, because then it's
and then
gonna
we toss that back in there.
Yeah.
Not floured.
No flour. No more flour.
Okay.
No more touchy.
All right.
Pause. Okay, so we cleaned the bowls. Look how pretty. Okay, now we're gonna add some butter. You can use cooking spray. I always use butter. And I just kind of smeared around there. Okay, so when I put this in, I fold it in so it looks like a belly again. Fold it in. I'm gonna
So
tuck it in so it looks like a pregnant belly again.
So you don't plop it in?
No, just don't open. So I fold it in. Spread it up.
Okay.
This is so soft. You did such a good job.
Folding it in.
So this like here, you're gonna
What? Is that gonna be ugly?
just fold it in, not just like pat it.
Okay. I'm folding it under like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then fold it in and put it down, and then just kind of fold
Now
it
the
in.
outside of the surface feels like it's like changing a little bit, like it's getting a little bit hard, crusty.
Yeah, if you leave it out, it will get crusty. That's why we're gonna cover it and let it rise.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is that
you-
folded in under enough?
Yeah, so put it down,
Get a little thing. Okay, now you drop it.
and then just kind of fold it in.
I'm supposed to touch my nose.
Because I didn't know you're so possessive. I'm glad you're taking pride in it. So, what I like to do next, like when you have a pregnant belly and you don't want stretch marks, put cocoa butter on it. At least that was supposed to prevent it. It didn't, by the way. So, I'm putting a little butter on the top of the dough, all over the dough, so it helps it rise without getting
Stretch marks?
Stretch, well, without bursting, so it rises nicely. Just kind of add that on the dough. And then we're going to cover it with a towel and let it rise about double the size, which usually takes about 2 hours. So if the kitchen is warmer, it's going to rise faster. And if it's cold, it's not going to rise as quickly. So sometimes my mom would put this on top of the dryer and do laundry. Why is that weird to you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That she was making bread in the laundry room?
No, you put the bread to rise in the laundry room. You're not making bread in the laundry room.
Well, you're getting all technical.
Yeah. Or what sometimes I do is I bake cookies while this is rising, or I just let it be and don't bake anything. Just leave it. So it's probably going to be about here. So I have a good visual. This looks good. Oh, it's so soft. So we're going to cover it. See, it's so bouncy. And we're going to cover it and check back about 2 hours, or we'll see around, or sooner if it's kind of bubbling.
Like if it's touching the top?
Yeah, well mine would be like would be pushing it up a bit. Yours may not. So we'll do, tell us about double. Check in about 2 hours. Alright. Alright, so it's been about 2 hours. Let's look. You can see it's kind of touching the top. Ta-da! And you can even smell. A little bit of yeast. See? And it didn't burst the bubble or anything else.
Is that bad?
What? No, you don't want to. If it bursts the bubble, that's bad.
What does that mean?
It's like a stretch mark on a woman. So forget the gluten
it's
cell or
super.
something. Yeah. So if you poke, let's see.
Poke your bubble.
Don't poke it. But what you can do, you push it down. You're going to push it down. Get the air out a bit.
Whoa.
Kind of, it's called punching it down. Just kind of punch it down. And that's a post-pregnancy belly is what I call that. Let it rise again. All right, so we're ready to roll it out. You're gonna need some flour. I don't like reaching my hand in there. You know, lay out this flour here so it doesn't get sticky. And I leave the spoon in there so that if I need more, I can do that. Just kind of spread it out. And I use, this is the kind I like to use.
Kind of rolling pin?
Rolling pin, I couldn't think of the word. Anyway, it's kind of rolling pin I like to use, and I flour it ahead of time. I don't want too much flour right there, just a little bit, and I'll push extra to the side. And I'm gonna do half. So I pick it up, bring it in half. Oh, it's so soft. Bring it down.
Like Play-Doh.
Stop touching it.
Wet Play-Doh.
This is a different type of rolling pin. And I just don't prefer using that. Other people love these kinds, so it's just what you like. But Tyrell will use that one. So I've got that. And we're gonna roll. And you're gonna make it into a rectangular shape. We have it kind of rectangular shape, and we're gonna kind of roll it like a sim roll. Oh, sim rolls are amazing. I'm gonna do it tightly, so you're not gonna allow for air bubbles in there. Kind of squish mine in there, make sure there's no air bubble. And I fold mine in, kind of pinch it in there. Oh, I forgot. Need to pinch that seam.
What does that do?
Keeps it from opening. Pinch that seam, and that will be on the bottom. So pinch that seam, and kind of.
So you're making a loaf?
Yeah, this will be the shape of the loaf. And we'll put slices in it. Allow for any air to escape and to see what they're rising. And because it looks pretty.
So when do you slice it?
I'll do it in a moment. So just put some more. My favorite pans bake pans, so they don't leave. They bake lighter on the bottoms. So I love these for cookies and anything because I don't like things baked too much.
She doesn't like them cooked properly, is what she's trying to say.
I say they're burnt. He says they cook properly. So Tyrell will use a different pan, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of butter because it's not gonna take too much.
So this is just to make it not stick.
Yeah, just make it not stick. So I want all of my bread. I don't want to share any with the pan because I'm selfish. All my bread, not the pans. And I'm gonna bloop. Reshape a little bit and bloop. See, they're not even the same size, and that's okay because we come in all different shapes and sizes. And then a little something I'm gonna do. That's a little knife. Ready? See if I make them pretty. See? That's not a very good knife, is this?
Nope.
It works out. It's kind of got wrinkles. Sideways.
So, sideways, not straight up and down?
We could experiment and go straight up and down, but...
I'm just curious. So you're going just through the outer surface?
Yeah, just throw a little bit through. You're not going to slice the bread. You're just going to let a little bit...
But I mean, we're talking like 1/8 of an inch deep, looks like?
Oh, good heavens. I have no idea. However,
1/8.
it is little.
8.
So, and we'll cover these up. And let them rise at the end. Place. And his pan does not have the little holes on the bottom. Just a regular boring pan.
So now we
I'm going to cover both sets up.
cover them.
And you cover it so it just doesn't get like hard and crinkly, and we're gonna let it rise. I'm gonna look at it in about an hour and see, but maybe like an hour to an hour and a half.
How big should it rise?
So the slits, once they get kind of open, you also want to start the oven probably like an hour in. You don't want it to like get bulbous. I'll maybe not quite twice, but it'll be pretty big. We'll have to show the video and see how it looks.
Okay, so for now we're just covering it up and gonna leave it for an hour.
For about, yeah, for an hour. Okay, so it's been about 50 minutes and they've risen enough. Probably should stop probably at 45 minutes. And you can see, oh look how cute. So you can see that it's risen in size and that the slashes are gotten deeper and they've opened up a bit. It's about good, so we're gonna put them in now. We have a double oven, so we're gonna put them in the same time. So the recipe calls for like 25. I like to check it at 20 to 22 minutes. Depending on the altitude, the heat, and areas that you're in, it can vary, and also set in your oven, setting different temperatures. So
Trial and error.
trial and error. So I usually do mine less, but I can do mine at 375 for about. I'm gonna check it after 20 minutes, and we'll put them in. All right, is that on?
Yeah.
Hi. All right, so we checked out 18 minutes, and I like mine lighter than this actually, so we took it out already. His was in the smaller part of the oven, so his cooked a little bit faster than mine did. And clean spatula. You don't have a clean spatula. So, check the bottoms. The bottom here you can see is a little bit more brown.
Better than brown.
The rest though. And then you can see this one, the bottom's not as brown.
Uncooked.
Cooked perfectly. That's how it should be. Alright.
Awesome.
Matter of opinion. Oh, I put that right back in there. Anyway. So that is how you make bread. I would not let it rest on these because it will get sweaty and then get soggy on the bottoms. So I would move this if you have something raised, like a cookie pan or something like that, and then it can dry out. Yeah. Oh, don't put that on the bottom, it's gonna burn. Put it like that. It's not too hot.
Yeah, it's warm.
Put my burnt one on there. Just let them kind of cool and just kind of rest for a bit. You don't want to, well, I think Google once said to like let it rest for an hour, but Google doesn't have a nose and doesn't realize that it smells amazing and that anybody who can wait an hour probably can't smell well.
Butter and honey.
Ooh, butter and jam. Anyway, so enjoy.